Have you been thinking about investing into one of Ricoma's single-head commercial embroidery machines, but not sure which one is right for you? Then stick around and watch this video all the way through, because today I'm going to be comparing all 4 of our single-head commercial embroidery machines. These 4 machines include the TC1501, the MT1501, the SWD1501, and of course the MT2001, which is our latest and greatest commercial single-head model. Now I know that was a mouthful to digest, and with so many single-head commercial embroidery machine models to choose from, it might be a little bit confusing as to which one to go with. So today I'll be explaining to you the similarities and differences of each of these single-head commercial embroidery machines that we offer here at Ricoma, and what type of garments you can do with each one. By the end of this video, I hope you'll have everything you need to make an informed decision as to which machine is the right fit for you. With all that being said, let's jump right in. Now before we jump into today's video, if you're new to this channel, my name is Henry Ma. I am the CEO of Ricoma, and we've helped thousands of apparel decorators start and grow in the custom apparel industry. If you're new to this channel, consider hitting that subscribe button so you keep up to date with new videos as soon as they're released. And if you enjoy content just like this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up so that this content can be pushed out to more people who might find it helpful. Let's first start by setting some context as to what makes commercial embroidery machines different from semi-commercial machines as well as home embroidery machines. Commercial embroidery machines are ideal for you if you're looking to start a side hustle or a full-blown business. These commercial machines are typically multi-needle machines, which means they have more than one needle, and this gives you a lot more color options without the need to change different color spools versus the single needle machines. They also typically have faster stitch speeds, larger embroidery areas, as well as made to be super durable for frequent use. This makes them not only great for one-off orders, but are very conducive for large bulk orders as well. Alright, so now that you know what a commercial embroidery machine is, let's talk about the similarities between these 4 single-head commercial models that Ricoma offers. Alright, first off, all 4 of these commercial single-head models can embroider both flats and caps. By simply switching the flat hoop brackets to the cap driver and installing that onto the machine, you can go from embroidering on something flat like polo shirts and t-shirts to caps and hats. All 4 of these single-head commercial models come with the accessories and tools for you to switch from flats to caps or vice versa without having to purchase additional accessories. Another similarity that all 4 of these machines have is their memory capacity. All 4 of these machines have a memory capacity of either 200 designs or 2 million stitches. This means you'll have more than enough storage space and memory on your machine to be able to store designs for different jobs. All of these machines can also read multiple design formats, such as DST and DSB. And speaking of the ability to embroider on caps with all of these machines, all 4 machines have a 270-degree cap rotation angle. This means you can embroider designs on caps from ear to ear without having to rehoop. In fact, we recently used this feature in one of our videos where we embroidered multiple sides of a cap in one single run without having to rehoop it. So if you're interested to check out how that actually works and the process of doing it, I've put that video in the card above and down in the links below. Now let's move on to some key differences between these 4 machines so that you can see how they're better positioned to do certain things versus others. Alright, the first major difference between these 4 machines is the control panel. To make things simple, they are actually broken down into 2 categories. One group of machines will have a 7-inch control panel, and another group will have an 8-inch control panel. The TC1501 and the MT1501 both have the 7-inch HD LCD panel. On the other hand, the SWD1501 and the MT2001 both have the 8S control panel, which is 8 inches in size. But other than just the size, the 8S panel actually has some significant upgrades over their 7S counterparts. First off, the 8S control panel has this feature called 3D Design View, so it allows you to have a more realistic view of your design and gives you better visibility into the finer details. Second, the 8S control panel has Wi-Fi capabilities so that you can connect your computer to your machine if you so desire and transfer designs wirelessly from your computer to your control panel. The 7S control panel still has networking options, but you would have to connect to a computer via an Ethernet cable instead of using Wi-Fi. The 8S panel just gives you that extra option of connecting via Wi-Fi, but still retains the optionality of connecting via Ethernet cable. The great thing about connecting your computer to your embroidery machine is that you can transfer designs via your Ricoma digitizing software directly to your control panel without the use of a USB. Finally, one of the other upgrades of the 8S control panel versus the 7S panel is that it has a portrait embroidery feature. This feature allows you to auto-digitize portraits and pictures and then embroider them onto a garment of your choice. We actually used this feature on one of our machines to embroider a photorealistic portrait of Elvis, so if you want to check out how that's done and the process to do that, make sure to check it out in the card above and down in the links below. All right, now that we covered the control panel differences, let's move on to a second category of differences between these four machines, which is their weight. In terms of their weight, the TC1501 weighs in at about 200 pounds, and the MT1501 and the MT2001 weighs in about 320 pounds, while the SWD1501 is the heaviest of the bunch, coming in at over 400 pounds. And so if you're looking for more portability and the ability to move the machine around easily or carry it with you to craft shows or fairs, the TC1501 will be the lightest one to be able to do so in all of these machines. All right, moving on to the third category of differences, which is the number of needles between these machines. As the names would suggest, the TC1501, MT1501, and the SWD1501 all have 15 needles on their heads. The only one that doesn't have 15 needles, but instead have 20, is the MT2001. Now, right off the bat, many of you might be thinking it's pretty obvious that having more needles would allow you to do more colors. And while that's certainly true, one other aspect of having more needles is that it actually increases your embroidering efficiency. What I mean by this is that having more needles doesn't just mean that you can embroider more colors at once, but this also allows you to preset different needle types so that you can embroider different types of garments. Let me give you an example of how this works. If you have a 20 needle machine, you can set the first 5 needles to be sharp point needles so that they can embroider on caps. You can set the next 5 to be ballpoint needles so they can embroider on knits and other types of fabrics. And then you can set the rest of the needles to be a combination of specialty needles or specialty threads so that you can embroider metallic and other types of specialty embroidery without having to switch out needles or those threads. This really allows you to turn a 20 needle single head machine into maybe 3 or even 4 different machines because you are using them for different needle types, different threads, so that you can embroider different items. This really saves you a lot of time from having to switch out different needle types or switch out different thread spools when you get a certain job. Instead, you already have them preset in a specific needle range. Finally, one other key thing to note here is that the MT2001 not only has more needles for you to play with, but it also has an additional set of tension knobs that has been added to the machine for finer precision in your tension tuning. Instead of just using thread break detection wheels as we do on the 50 needle machines, on the 20 needle MT2001, we actually use a spring plus wheel thread break detection system. This combination of using a spring and wheel thread break detection system allows better thread break detection on both your top thread and bobbin thread. All right, last but not least, probably the biggest difference between these 4 machines are their embroidery area. To start off, the SWD1501 has by far the largest embroidery area of any single head commercial machines on the market. It boasts a whopping 32 by 20 inch embroidery area, virtually giving you no limit in the type of designs that you can do. Larger embroidery areas also are very helpful when embroidering bulk runs of patches. This is because you can embroider a lot more patches in one single run without having to rehoop. The TC1501, MT1501, and the MT2001 all have the same embroidery area, and while the embroidery area of these 3 machines might not be as large as that of the SWD1501, these 3 machines still boast quite a sizable embroidery area of 21 by 14 inches. This large embroidery area can definitely allow you to do huge designs such as those on jacket backs. The MT1501 and the MT2001 differ from the TC1501 in that they have larger clearance areas underneath the head to accommodate bulkier items like jackets and bags. This larger clearance area allows you to have more accessibility for these bulkier items without risking them rubbing against the sides of the machine and therefore losing registration. One other thing to note, the TC1501 and the SWD1501 have the ability to add on this additional accessory to extend their embroidery area. This add-on accessory of this extended sash frame table is not compatible with the MT series, but they are compatible with the TC1501 and the SWD1501. This add-on can increase your embroidery width of up to 48 inches. This add-on is great if you're looking to embroider a lot of sashes or huge designs on table runners or tablecloth. In fact, we actually used this add-on on our TC1501 in a previous episode on this channel where we embroidered a tablecloth using this machine. So if you want to check that out, click the card above or down in the links below. So I hope this was able to give you a detailed breakdown of the similarities and differences between these four machines, because they can be kind of overwhelming when choosing which one to go with. At the end of the day, you can't go wrong with either one. It just all depends on your budget and your needs and what types of items you're looking to embroider, and each machine has its nuances that can help you achieve those goals. If you're ready to take that next step and purchase a commercial embroidery machine from us, we do offer low monthly payments as well as 0% financing. Simply click the link down below in the description to speak with a product specialist so that they can help guide you to the right machine that can fit your needs. And before you go, we can actually see that a lot of you watching our videos are not actually subscribers, so if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you keep up to date with new videos as soon as they come out. And if you found this information helpful, make sure to share it and give this video a thumbs up so that the algorithm can push this video out to more people who might find it helpful. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social channels down below. We're active on Instagram and on TikTok for some entertaining content. Last but not least, don't forget to join our free Facebook group, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery, where there's now over 30,000 apparel decorators and embroiderers in there sharing their tips and tricks of the industry, and you can be a part of the conversation. I've put the link to our Facebook group down in the description below. Simply click it and join, and we'll see you there. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time.